Right, so if you look at this particular question, I just want to talk through it. It's a question that you should be able to just look at and answer quickly. Okay. You're given the equation in slope-intercept form. Okay, so you should be able to interpret that pretty easily. What is the slope of this line? -2, right? So what that means is if I want you to find the slope of the parallel line, what is it going to be? Also -2. Parallel lines have equal slopes. Now, so that's all you'd have to do for this question. What if I extended it and I asked you what's the slope of the perpendicular to this? Change the sign so it becomes a positive. Flip the fraction. 2 over 1, when you take its reciprocal, becomes 1 over 2. And so if I had extended this and asked you to find the perpendicular as well, your answer would be positive 1/2. All right, so let's kind of talk through kind of how you build the solution to this. First of all, what is the slope that we're dealing with of our original line? 3, right? It's in slope-intercept form, so it's simply y equals mx plus b, which means if our slope is 3, what's the slope of the perpendicular line going to be? Good. All right, and so mathematically what we can do is we can plug this into the slope-intercept form and solve our new equation. So we take y equals mx plus b, plug in our known point and our known slope. So our point has a y-coordinate of 1, has a slope of -1/3, has an x-coordinate of -1, has a y-intercept of b. That's what we're solving for in this. So a negative times a negative is a positive, so we're looking at 1/3 plus b is equal to, since we're dealing with thirds, I'm going to go ahead and convert my 1 into thirds. How many thirds is 1? 3. And the reason I do that is now when I combine my like terms, moving my constant over, I can simplify it more easily. So on the right side, I remove a 1/3 from both sides. I'm left with a 2/3 is equal to b. So now I have my y-intercept, I have my slope, so I can rewrite my equation. Y equals -1/3 x plus b 2/3. Okay, and so that's my solution. Right now, we talked about using our calculators to find the slope-intercept form, right? You guys remember doing that? Okay, let's take a look at how we can confirm this answer by using that calculation. Right, the way that we used it was, I think I called it slope-intercept. And then we plug in our 4 coordinates, right? Well, I have 2 coordinates. I have -1 and 1, but I'm missing the other 2. Any ideas on what I can do to test this equation here to see if I'm right? There's a couple different ways that you can approach it. Yeah, Clint. So probably the easiest thing to do is let's graph this, and from our graph, let's find what one other set of points would be. So if I start with -1, 1, so here's our 1 point, -1, 1. And then I know that my slope is down 1 over 3. So I'm going to go down 1 over 1, 2, 3. So I get the point 2, 0 is also going to be a solution set. So if I just type in 2 and 0 here, I should get the equation and be able to confirm, do I have the same thing as I did here? Okay, so let me open up my calculator. Hopefully it's not going to crash my computer. Now let's see what happens when I enter this value right here. So you can see I've already entered it, but let me go through finding it. So if we go to this second subtraction, under var link we look up our slope-intercept. So if I jump down, there's slope int. I'll pull that up. Type in the points, -1, comma 1, comma 2, comma 0. So those are my 2 sets of points. Hit enter, and I get my answer to be 2/3 minus x over 3. So y equals 2/3 minus x over 3. Is that the same thing as this? Negative x over 3 is -1/3 x plus the 2/3. So I get my solution. I confirm that I have the right answer with that problem. Okay.
Like if you just put that down on the text, would you accept that answer? Like,
No, because it'll specify, write it in slope-intercept form. And so when you write your slope-intercept form, I do want it to be entered in this form, y equals mx plus b. So if your m happens to be a negative fraction, write that whole thing first. So as you write this in, you get y equals -1 slash 3x plus 2 slash 3. So this is what I would expect to see entered online. It fits the same pattern, y equals mx plus b.